Hey, tattoo? Fuck you. Um, Puma fist? What the fuck that supposed to mean? What's up, y'all? Oh, nigga, why are you saying that? Why am I staring at the screen? Well, I was waiting for people to pop in, bro. That's it. I'm not just, there was nobody on the screen, bro. So I was just staring at the screen, and I was typing this shit in right here, where just asking how was your day, trying to say what's up to y'all. How I'm doing, bro? How am I doing? I don't even know, to be honest, bro. I'm just like, I literally was supposed to go into work today. I literally was trying to go into work today, but it's like something in me was telling me just like, don't do it. Even though I should have, but it's like I just, I just, ugh. It just like the thought of work, bro. A job, disgusting. You know? Do you feel me though, bro? Like, what kind of job you work, bro? What kind of job you work, DJ? And to be honest, I don't even know why I'm asking you what kind of job you work. I just feel like working a job in general, bro. It don't matter what the job is, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter what the job is. Just working, period. Is just ugh. It's like if not a job, if it's not a job that you want to do, if it's not a job that you want to do, because like there's jobs out there that I feel like I wouldn't mind doing, but it's like it got to be something that I want to do, like like stuff that you would not consider a job. Like there's people out here that stream, there's people out here that rap, there's people out here that play football, in the NFL, there's people that do news reports, or there's people that do what own a restaurant or something. Like it don't even matter what it is, bro. It just like you just gotta actually want to do it. Bro, me still in school, I'm scrolling for a good stream. I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. I hear you, bro. What kind of what kind of you said you were in school? So you don't even work right now, DJ? Yes, Nova. Nova, you get it. It's literally like it literally is. It's like when they say like that saying hell on earth, like that saying hell on earth is not really, it's not just a saying, bro. That shit is true. Like that's a true statement. Like that shit is real. Nah, I hear you, bro. If you really think about it, school is training you for work. Like dead ass, when you think, like really think about it, bro. They send us to school at the same around the same time that you would go to work a regular job. Like if you're doing a 9 to 5, right? You go to school around, some people go at 7 to 3, some people do 8 to 4, and some do 9 to 5. School is just training you to be a good, like be a what's the word? A member of society, bro. Like a contributing member of society. They want you to work. They need you for that stuff. Yeah. Like, okay, like the whole thing about math, right? I can understand math, right? To a certain point. Like, yeah, let's make math necessary all the way up until algebra, you know? Like, I don't even feel like we really even need algebra, because what the fuck are we gonna do with y plus x? Uh, all of that other shit, bro. I haven't used that shit for years, and I've been out of school for years, bro. I hate the thought of making my company richer and they can't be bothered to even give them the cost of. Yes, bro. It's like, why? Like, I realized this like the first time I worked at racetrack years ago, bro. I was working at racetrack, and it was just like I was busting my ass for these people, just like working hard, doing this, doing that, doing multitasking, doing everything at the same time. And then it got to the point where it was just like, bro, why am I doing all of this extra bullshit work to not even get a raise within a year? And even if I do get a raise, it's literally just a couple of cents. Like, they gave me a raise and it was just a couple of cents. And then it's like, okay, how about you just move up another level to get a little bit more money, right? So you move from like a regular associate to a manager, but you go up to a manager just for an extra $2. And when you get the extra $2, you get a whole nother plate, 2-3 plates of work, bro, of even more work than a regular associate. And it just bullshit. And then they don't give you nothing in return. Like, working at Racetrack, I was getting no breaks. Like, you just work the full complete 8 hours, and if they do give you a break, it's literally just a 2-minute break just to eat like whatever you got to eat. And they won't let you get nothing free from the store. You got to bring your own shit, and if you get something from the store, you only get a 50% discount or whatever it was. And then it's like right back to work, bro. And even while you're working, you're still on the clock. So you got to make sure that you're getting to these customers while you're eating. And by the time for you to finish eating, bro, you get no other chance to eat at all, bro. And it's just like they want you doing every single thing in the store at the same time. You got to get to the coolers, organize the coolers. You gotta fucking do the cash register, and at the same time you gotta make sure the ice cream is frothed, and then at the same time you gotta make sure the store is mopped and swept and cleaned, and you gotta make sure the counters are sparkly clean. And then they'll only leave you there with only 2 employees, bro. It'll just be you and one other employee, bro. Just you and one other employee, and they want you to do everything at the same time. And it's just like, fuck y'all want from me, bro. It's just like, why am I making you guys richer when y'all clearly don't give a fuck about us? Y'all don't care about us. Y'all don't care if we were to die, y'all would literally replace us like the next week. It doesn't matter to them. They don't give a fuck about us. Hold on, let me see what y'all saying. My bad. I was going on a rant, bro. For real, who's about to go to a store and say my groceries are this amount plus my X figures? Yeah, exactly, DJ. Like, you get it, bro. Like, fuck, like, nobody does that shit. Like, I feel like the only time you need like algebra, geometry, all of this other shit is if you're going into a career path where you need it. So it's like, I feel like math to a certain point should become an elective, like science. For me, chemistry was an elective. So I dropped that fucking class because I wasn't gonna do no fucking chemistry, bro, because that shit was too much for me in high school. Let me see what you said, Nova. You said 100%. It's always like, if you just do this, we'll think about it. Yes, bro. It just like they give you open-ended promises, bro. They're never like just straight up with you. Like, if I ask you for a raise, just tell me straight up that you won't give me the raise so I can quit, you know? And here's the other point that came to my head when it comes to like, these businesses not giving a fuck about us as people. Here's the thing. It's like, when it's time to quit, right? You want to quit. The jobs expect you to put a 2 weeks notice in. They expect you to put a 2 weeks notice in so they can find time to be able to get a new employee to replace you. But they try to convince you and try to tell you that it's wrong for you to just quit off the bat and shit. Like, you just quit, like, without putting a 2 weeks notice in. But they will fire you without giving you a 2 weeks notice. They would just say, fuck it, you're fired. and you get no 2 week notice to get another job so you can be able to pay bills, pay rent, pay this, whatever you need to pay for, and all this other shit. They just expect you to help them out, but they won't help you out. A job is so compensated for school industry. Adults rarely leave the mindset of being in school. That is so fucking true, bro. Like, how much time do you see a dude where their highlight moment in life was when they were in high school? Like, people are still stuck in their school, like their like you said, their school mindset, bro. Like they stay there. Nova, I hear what you're saying, bro. Like, this is our society, but it's like I feel like the whole goal in life is kind of like just to make it out of that, you know? I feel like I just feel like playing into society, just doing what society wants you to do, just going to work, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, do the same exact shit again. I feel like doing all of that, it's just like something for a human to break out of. Like, unless you actually are happy with being a contributing member of society, like just doing what they want you to do, like you're okay working a 9 to 5 and waking up every morning to do the same exact shit over and over again. I feel like if you're okay with that, then go ahead, by all means, do that. But those are the luckiest people if you really think about it. But it's like, bro, if you're just like, like me or you, like where you're just like, bro, there's no way I'm just supposed to be living this life every single day. Like, there's something way more out there for me to like, and there's something for me out there in life to enjoy, and it's not just doing this, you know, same bullshit over and over again. Then it's just like, bro, that's the goal. Like, I just feel like that's the goal right there. Just like, you gotta have dreams in life. And my dream is to become a big YouTuber one day. Like, I know I'll become a big YouTuber, and that's my dream right there. And it's just like, I have so much things I want to do after I become this big YouTuber. Cause it's not just like, my dream is not just one simple, oh, I just want to become a big YouTuber. Just like, there's so much different side quests I want to do after I become this big YouTuber. Like, there's books I want to make. There's, movies I want to drop, and it don't gotta be like Hollywood movies, bro. Just like, I could drop little tiny films, like, the short film movies and shit. Like RDC World, they drop movies. They're not Hollywood, but I feel like that's accomplishing something that you actually want to do in life. You know. Uh, I agree. I'm about to go back to work after a break, but I can't be fucked back to the grind. I feel that, bro. It's just like you're forced to work. That's where it just like, it just irritates me. That's where it just like every fiber. That's why I couldn't go to work today. It's like every fiber in my body's telling me not to do it. It's like telling me to rebel against them. Cause it's just like they're forcing you to do something that you don't want to do, bro. You're forced into this lifestyle that you don't want to be in. You're forced to work. If you don't work, you're homeless. It's like, bro, I'm not going to work today, but I got to go to work tomorrow. Like, I skipped work today, but I gotta go tomorrow, bro. Because it's like, if I don't go to work, I'm not gonna have money to pay bills. I'm out on the fucking streets. But it's like, bro, some way, somehow, I know I'm gonna break out of this shit. I'm going to break out of this shit, bro. I don't care what anybody tells me. I don't care how delusional it seems. I don't care if no one believes in me, bro. Because I had no belief. Like, nobody believes me, bro. I had never had a person that really was like by my side and believed me. Like, whenever it came to this, like, breaking out of this whole society, mindset trap or whatever the fuck it is, bro. I never had nobody to believe, like, that had my back like that, bro. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because I know that there's something out there that's that's just that's just worth being alive, bro. Like, being just simply breathing is worth being alive, but it's just like there's something out there that just gives you just like that sense of purpose. That just makes you feel, like you're doing something, you know? I feel like this world that we live and die. I feel like, damn, bro, my glasses they be like fogging up sometimes, so it'd be hard to see. I feel like this world is to live and die. That's it. It's just a repeating cycle. Few can break out, but nobody else can escape it. It's like they're in a trench and leave their mind to work. Yes, bro. But that's life. To be honest, it's like, bro, life is that simple. The whole point of life is to live and die. That's really it. But a lot of people forget to live. It's like a lot of people are already dead. They're zombies. Like, bro, a lot of people are fucking zombies, bro. They're 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 living a life that's not even theirs. Like, just think about it, bro. They're living a life that they are forced to live. Like you and me. We're forced to go to work. We're living a life that we're forced to live. We're not actually living. You know, people that are actually living, they're doing things that they want to do. They wake up and be like, I want to do this today. They wake up and be like, I want to think like this today. You know, that's people that are living. Like you said, a few people break out and are able to do that. But I feel like that's something that you and me, bro, we're awake to this shit, bro. We're gonna be there one day, bro. We're just like, we're living the life that we wanted. Because at the same time, yeah, you gotta do the things that you don't want to do in order to. Yo, are you guys still here? Are you guys still here? My fucking phone died. And I didn't realize. Yo, y'all are here. Yo, so what's up? What's up? Bro, I see y'all was having a whole side conversation in the chat. Hey, let me catch up on what y'all saying, bro. I appreciate y'all for staying here, bro. Let's go, let's go. Okay. I'm fucking with y'all for real. Okay, where did I leave off at? I think I was talking about how they're zombies. But let me see what the last thing I read was at work they're dead in their mind. But wait, where was I? I feel like this world. Okay, yeah, that's where I was. I feel like this world. So then Nova said, I feel you 100%. Bills that sort of just disappear. Bruh, the bills be just appearing, bro. Like, I remember I had the money, right? I have enough money to pay for this, pay for that. All of a sudden, it just like out of nowhere, bro. This bills just start popping up out of nowhere, bro. When you really need the money, the bills just pop up out of nowhere. And you don't have the fucking funds to pay all of that shit, bro. It's just fucking annoying. They just pop up randomly, man. Like that ass right now, I'm fucking negative. I'm like in debt, bro. But it's like, I don't really give a fuck, bro. I got to the point where I just really don't give a fuck about like these bills or nothing like that, because they just give you stress for no reason, bro. They give you stress for no reason. Yeah, no, you said, I believe in you, dude. Jesus love you too. I appreciate that. I appreciate that for real. I really do. I really do appreciate you. And I believe in you. Whatever you're trying to do, just let me know. Cause whatever it is, I believe in whatever you're trying to do. I really do. Like, I feel like the only people that ever can like make it big in this life, and it don't even gotta be what other people see as big. Like, you just wanting to be like, say you just wanted to be a fucking, you know, say you just wanted to work at Home Depot. Not saying that you want to, just saying, like, there's people that actually want to work at Home Depot. There's people that actually like just dream about working at Home Depot. It sounds crazy to us, but to them, it's really how they feel. It's really what they want in life. That is something that's so fucking big. Like, even if it's not big to me, to them it's huge. So it's just like, you got to believe in that person. You got to give them all that. You just got to give them all the positive energy that you can give, bro, without taking shit from you. Because a lot of people, they'll give so much energy, like so much positive energy into a person, without, you know, realizing that they're removing all of it from themselves, and then they end up becoming a negative person, not realizing, and just like bringing the other person up and bringing themselves down. Like, don't ever do that. But it's like, you know, you get what I'm saying. You said at work they're dead in their minds because they think work is the last thing, when it's one of the things that you got to do, you got to live with and can't live without. Dead ass, bro. It's like, bro, you get out of school, you get out of school, you get this high school diploma, and then it's like, what's the next step? And then it's the next step is working. The next step is working. Like, you completely leave school behind, and then you go straight to work. And then it's like, whatever step after that is always gonna include work. You want to have a family, you got to work. You want a house, you got to work. You want a car, you got to work. You want to go on vacations, you got to work. You want to travel, you got to work. You want to go do food tasting, you got to work because you need the money. Like, you got to work. Like, work is just like, it's just like, that's the end all be all. But I feel like, bro, we got to, there's a point where it's just like, after work, in my mind, there's something else other than work. After work, it's like, after I'm done working, like, after I finish school, it was work. Now, after I finish working, it's my dreams, it's my goals, it's the things that I always wanted to do in life. That's what's next. And after that, it's just like, that's where I'm done. You know, you hit the dream, that's where I'm done. That's where I'm finished. I got to do all the other things that I wanted to do, bro. It's like, I'm a YouTuber now. I'm big. I'm famous. Not famous, not so fucking famous like Kai Cenat, but like just regular famous, you know? I got views, I got people, I got following, I got people that believe in the same things that I do. I got people that have the same mindset as me. I got people who, you know, are genuinely like my people. You know, I'm not just being around people just because, you know, it's, you know, just the thing to do, just like, oh, I'm so desperate for friends, so I'll just be friends with anybody. You know, there's people like that. I used to be like that, bro. You know, just like, I just get like, you know, for even with love, like relationships, like, you know, you ever got to a point in life where you're just so like desperate for, you know, just a human interaction because you're just like in this depression, you know, realization of what the world is. So you kind of just like met somebody that was just kind of in that same, you know, mindset as you. And then after that, it's like, you get with them in the beginning, and it's just like, yes, I finally found somebody that's like for me, you know, I finally found a person. But it's like, you stay with them long enough and your mind kind of opens, and then you see that this is not the actual person that you actually fell in love with. This is not the person that you actually wanted to be around, because you start seeing all their flaws, and it's flaws that you can't accept, but you're kind of forced to accept it now because you'll feel like a bad person if you don't accept them now. Like, you get what I'm saying, bro? It's just like, you don't want to be in a place where you just feel like you're forced to be around a person. But that's how they train us. They train us to force ourselves to do things that we don't want to do, and just suck it up and do it for the rest of our lives. Like, bro, think about it. Think about it, bro. Like, something that just popped into my mind is like back in the days, like the boomer times, right? I'm Gen Z, right? I'm using that shit lightly, bro. I don't use that fucking terminology all the time. It just goes with the point that I'm trying to say. But like, there's boomers, right? And they were forced to go to war and shit, right? You know, there's propaganda. Everybody said, like, if you don't go to war, you're not a man, type shit. You don't go to war, you're a wussy, you're a pussy, you get no hoes, right? And that was just like what they forced on you as a man. Like, you have to go to war in order to be happy, in order to be a real man, in order to be, you know, something in this world, in order to have purpose. And that's just them forcing something onto you. It's not you. You don't want to go fight for a country, for a war that they started. You just, you just fucking play tag with your homeboys and shit. You just like fucking like I don't fucking know. Whatever the fuck he did, bro. You just did something that had nothing to do related to the fucking war, but now you're forced to fight it because they're telling you that you're not a man, and your dad's telling you can't live in this house if you're not going to war. And like everybody just have that mindset. You have to go and do this shit in order to be, you know, respected. You're forced to do this shit. Even with women, bro. Women, they were forced to be housewives. They're forced to be in the kitchen, do this, do that. You're forced to do this. If you don't do this, you're not a good woman. That's what they try to tell you, bro. They try to force all these ideologies onto you for no reason. When what you really want is nothing near what they're telling you to do. Some people want to go to war. Some people don't mind.